Hey guys, how you doing? Just want to do another little clip here on the new age stuff that's going on, you know, new agey stuff isn't real. It's just temporary. And I do want to say that it's just a name, new age, because as we evolve, right, through time, um, what is happening is that there's new evolutions of beings that are being created, and every time a new being comes in, it's of a new level of awareness, consciousness, right? So we're shifting out of the old, which was the old ways, which we call religion and all that other stuff. And so the new age comes in, and it's not like a fad, right? People can make it into a fad and make it, what it is, but these are evolutional times, and so we just give it a new name, right? So when new information comes in, yes, it's called different things, it's given new names, it's looked at in a different way because it's what the new generation is ready for, right? It's not what the old generation is ready for because they weren't open at that time, right, for the information that we're receiving now. So, with us being in the place that we are, with the new generations coming in that are in a higher space of energy and vibration and reality, um, new information comes in that we are ready for. And that's okay if you're still in the old world of information or understanding. You don't have to resonate with the new age stuff, the new awareness, the new vibration energy. It's just a way for those who are coming in the present moment, the new, like crystal, they call it like the crystal children or um, rainbow children. They're just at a different level in awareness, and so with that, the universe has to support them too, and so it brings in different ways of expression, experience, understanding. It's not saying it's right or wrong or it's a fad, but it is what it is for them, when they come in for their experience, to be here. And so, yeah, we can call it like a new age, a new era, a new time, a new earth, a new whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to term it. Because again, it's just an identity that we call something, right? Because if this is a tree, it's a tree. If it's a house, it's a house. If it's a person, it's a person. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's an expression of how we identify to it verbally, and so we can relate to it in that way. So the expression of now, what we're going through, like new age or new earth or however you want to call it, it's through a new consciousness that's coming in, so they can learn from it through their way. Um, because in the olden days, like if we were to give you this information now, you wouldn't have been ready. So everything is when you're ready for it that it comes in, and you can term it whatever you want: religion, non religion, spiritual, whatever you want to call it. But it's just the information's coming in as it needs to, when it needs to who it gets to, through the way that it is happening for them, right? And so we want to kind of step out of saying, well, this is right, this is wrong, this is just a fad that we're going through, and um, it's just the way that it is, right? And so we can give it any name that we want, but like I said, if we're not ready for something, then we're not going to receive it. So we want to be open to receive divine knowledge, wisdom, higher consciousness, and then instead of shutting it out, um, and then just kind of just evolving from that, right? Because if you're not going to be ready for something, you're not going to receive it, right? And so that just goes on, as far as all the new beings that are coming in. They talked about, you have the crystal, the rainbow, and then the other evolution and souls that are coming in. Because if you look at it, basically every generation that's being created is of two souls that are coming together, which are sourced to create a new generation version of itself, right? So it's indivisible by itself. which the book talks about, right? And so from there, you're going to have change in perceptions and reality and more information coming in. And that's why it's so widespread now that a lot of people are having the experiences that they're having, the near death experiences, the going home, the waking ups, because that's where we are in this time space reality of where we, everything that's happening. And there's a purpose to it, right? And so when you're closed off and you're like, this isn't how it is because this is the way it was, is a limitation, and it's not allowing you to move forward and be open to receive the new information that's coming in. And that's just saying, some people just are not ready. And so they're not going to be ready until they die. Unless they allow it in, they're going to die, and they'll come back in as a new soul or whatever if they choose to. And then they'll be ready for new understandings, right? And so it's like this perpetual cycle of coming back in and going back out and coming back in, and then evolving through that, which is like a chain reaction, evolution. Some people call it reincarnation. So it's where you are at the time, right? And so the perpetual agreements of coming back in is for the soul evolution, not really for who you are as your person. But you're playing the role that your soul is taking up in this person to be of it in the experience, which creates the awareness that you have now in the moment. So when you come back in, it's evolution process, right? So like New Age, you can call it New Age, you can go off on that tangent if you want, but just know that the information that we have now that's coming in is because where we are, right? And you can call it whatever you want, but basically it's the arising of information, the intelligence that's sourced, so we've become more aware and open to what's going on so we can make change, right? Not only to our lives, but to the world around us, right? Because if we look at the world around us, source works through the world in different ways, and then we're just not seeing it because we think it's a certain way. People who've been trained and brainwashed and dominated into religion, is sometimes until they have awakening, very hard to step out of religious thoughts, which is the old ways conditioning, because we needed that at that time. We don't need it anymore, and so it's fading out. And so people are waking up and leaving the churches, the religion. It's still those who are deeply ingrained into it that are still staying in it, trying to perpetuate it. But it is evolving because people are waking up, new consciousnesses are coming in, and they're looking at it and they're like, yeah, no, that doesn't exist that way, and that's not the way it is. So the new information for the new agers and the new ways coming in is opening us to different concepts, realities, things like that. And that will perpetuate for a while, and then that changes as we evolve into new consciousness, right? Because we're consciousness. We're not per se a person, we just look like it because we have form, right? And at different levels, we are different consciousness, right? Just like I talked about before in one of my videos, every part, we're only formed because we take up space, right? And so every part of our body is a piece that's separate but works differently. It's its own consciousness, but together it works as one, which we are one as an individual, a part of the whole universe, which is a consciousness, right? So there's different levels of consciousness all in one, working together as a system, right, if you will. And that brings us back to talking about the new wave, the new era, the new earth, the new consciousness coming in. And so with that wave, it brings new awareness, right? And so we bring it in different ways so that we can share this knowledge with you. And then bringing this to, you're able to evolve and change. And so it's just a new way of seeing it. So if you weren't ready for the evolution and change in the vibration, then you wouldn't be receiving any of this information that we're sharing with you. So that's consciousness. So the awareness that's changing right now is evolution, and we just wanted to bring that out to you so that you're aware of it, and what's coming, because there is more coming, in the future, because you guys are ready. You guys are ready to evolve and move out of this old world, old evolution, of what you believe things to be. It's the soul's evolution that you're on. You're on your person. evolution, your person, who you are, which is stagnant belief, right? So just allowing yourself to be open and receive the divine guidance and information that you're receiving for you as an individual, right? And don't be tied to it. This is what I teach, so this is what I preach, kind of scenario. This is what I've learned. Just be open to receive more, and there's more newness coming in, new experiences. There's more to come. That's all I have to say about that, because that's all that they keep saying. But anyway, yeah, as far as evolution, the new age, we do have more of that coming in. So stay tuned. All right. And I'll be sharing with you as much as I possibly can as we're evolving this channel. So like, subscribe, and share, and have a great day. Happy journeys.